All right, athletes, let's be honest. Most lifting injuries don't happen because the weight is too heavy. They happen because the form is a little questionable.
So today we're going to show you the 3 most common form mistakes we see with squats, deadlifts, and overhead presses. And then we're going to show you how to fix them fast so you can lift stronger, safer, and smarter.
So first up, the squat. The 2 big mistakes we see all the time is knee cave and butt wink.
So knee cave happens when your hips and glutes aren't stabilizing. That causes a knee to push in. Sometimes it's just on one side, sometimes it can be both. Then the butt wink, this is when you go extremely low or deep in your squat and we lack the control, so there the glutes kind of dip in, causing that butt wink, which can cause some low back pain as well. So how are we going to fix this? Before you squat, we're going to fire up your glutes. So to do that, we're going to do some side plank glute bridges. Laying on your side, elbow under your shoulder, coming up into that side plank. You can lift that upper leg off into the air to make it more difficult, or you can kind of keep it down. But when you're doing this, you're opening the hip up a little bit, squeezing the glutes, bracing the core, and coming up into that side plank. Another way to fire up the glutes are some body weight squats. This is typically done with a band around the knees, but you can do it without a band here as long as you're forcing on pushing your knees out as you squat. So she drops down, knees are pushed out, hold, and come back up. Doing 2 or 3 sets of 10 of these before you lift will really get the glutes ready to work. And then you can go right into some pause squats in that bottom position. So you're going to find your bottom position, which is right before the butt wink happens, where you're stable through the core. You're going to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds and then come back up and repeat 5 to 10 times.
Next is deadlifts. The most common mistake is rounding your spine like a question mark or hyperextending at the top like you're trying to show off your chest for the camera.
This happens because your lats aren't engaged, your core isn't braced, and you're pulling with your back instead of your hips. All right, to fix the hip hinge with the deadlift, we're either going to use a dowel rod, like Amanda has here, or we'll use a foam roller. We'll show you both of these. So this is a 3-point drill with the dowel rod. You want the dowel rod to kind of touch the back of your head, your mid-back almost between your shoulder blades, and then down to your tailbone. You want to keep these in that position as you work on your hip hinge, where you're bending right at the hips coming forward, keeping your back straight, and this will help line you up and get you ready for that deadlift. So work on this, do 5 to 10 reps so you can really feel that hip hinge movement with keeping your back stable and your core engaged. And then another way to work this hip hinge is to use the foam roller. And so you're going to take a foam roller, you're going to put it right across your waist there, arms reaching down over the foam roller kind of with thumbs up in the air, and then you're going to hip hinge bending forward, rolling that foam roller down your thighs just to about your knees, keeping your back straight, core engaged, and then coming back up. Again, doing a set of 5 to 10 of these will help get you prepared to deadlift correctly and avoid that pain.
And last, the overhead press. If your ribs flare and your low back arches like a banana, you're not pressing, you're leaning.
This happens when your core isn't stabilizing and your mid-back is too stiff, not allowing you to move the way you were supposed to move. Okay, to fix this, we need to mobilize your mid-back and engage your core. So we're going to start with some foam roller thoracic mobilizations or extension over the foam roller. So you're going to set up that foam roller where it's positioned basically over any spot that has rib connection. So feel your ribs, line up with the bottom one, feet are flat, hips are going to stay down on the ground, hands are going to wrap around behind the head at the neck is preferable, elbows come forward, and you're simply going to extend over that foam roller. Hold for a second or 2 and then come back. If you find a spot that really feels good, stay there for 3 to 5 reps and then slowly work that foam roller up your thoracic spine to just about between your shoulder blades and work in that and feel that thoracic spine extend. Then from there, we're going to go to engaging the core, and we love the dead bug exercise for this. So find a wall or a box like we have set up here, and you're going to get into position with your hips up at 90 degrees, knees bent at about 90, toes pointed up. And notice Dr. Amanda now is pushing her hands against the box. That pushing down is really helping lower that rib cage, engage the core, and work on stabilizing and strengthening the core, getting it ready to support you for that overhead lift. So with this one, you're going to do about 3 sets of 10 on each side while pushing against that box, really focusing on that core engagement and lowering those ribs down through the exercise.
So there you have it, the 3 most common lifting flaws that lead to injury, plus the fixes that keep you training harder, longer, and pain-free.
If lifting keeps causing pain or you're dealing with a nagging injury, don't wait. Give us a call at 785-842-7325. We can help you fix the root cause so you can get back to lifting strong and performing at your peak.